Well, talk about a challenge. Here we are down on the beach at shore. It's blowing a gale. And my challenge is to actually cook some of those lovely fish that we just caught. So it's going to be fun. I tell you, the wind keeps blowing the barbie out. It's blowing the salad out of the bowl. But we'll give it a try just the same. Now, we're going to do something that I've already started. We're going to do the little snapper first. It'll take a bit longer than what the fillets will. And what I've prepared a little earlier was not the egg that's in here, was in fact some Cajun spices. So I'm going to do the snapper in Cajun spices. We're just going to pan fry that on the hot plate. Be beautiful. Cajun spices are very simply some cumin, some turmeric, and if you want to chuck in a little bit of ground chili, a little bit of cayenne pepper, some salt and pepper, and just bind it up with a little bit of flour. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to coat the fish really thickly in that, cook the fish, and then we're going to be able to peel it all back with the skin and leave all the aroma of the Cajun spices right through the fish. So it's pretty easy to do just with a little bit of, if I can get the spices actually into the bag without them all blowing away. Hey, this is fun. There we go. That's all going to blow away now. That's good. Okay, now a couple of little pinky snapper here that we've got as well. What we're going to do is just score the flesh slightly, just so as those spices just come through. We don't want to go too deep in the cuts because we're going to want to peel that skin back in one section a bit later, but just scoring the skin so as the Cajun spices can get all that good flavour can actually get right into the fish. There's one. I'll do the other little one as well. Just score that little fish again. Pretty important, make sure there's no scales on it, but with this one we're actually going to cook the skin right off it, so you could actually even cook it with the scales on if you wanted to and then peel it all back later. But you tend to find you leave a few on. Right, into the bag. There goes my egg. So much for the beer batter later. All right, just thickly coat that. And I mean thickly coat, because what we're going to be wanting to do is to cook it and then have it crusty enough that we can peel it back. We're actually going to cook it fairly hot and actually burn those spices a little bit into it. That's where the plastic bags, I just find the plastic bags are so easy to get an even coating into all this. Alrighty, there we go. Now, little secret here. I pre-mixed this at home. This is a good quality extra virgin olive oil, but the little secret to that is I've probably mixed about 2 teaspoons of sesame oil in there. That sesame oil just gives it that little bit more of that rich, nutty sort of flavour, and it really comes up well. I wonder if the wind's going to blow that away as well. But anyhow, there we go. Shake off a bit of the excess in the wind. A little bit of oil on the plate. Make sure, look, there he is on the plate and ready to roll. Get the other little fella as well. Now that's going to be fairly thickly spiced, obviously. Shake off the excess. Roll it around, good dash of oil on it, and away we go. Now in this wind in particular, I'm going to say probably we'll put a little bit of foil over the top of that while it's cooking. Just try and keep that heat in a little bit, if we can stop it from blowing off, that is. I'm not trying to steam the fish there. All I'm trying to do is, particularly with all this wind, just try to keep a little bit of the heat in, so as the vapour actually gets right up into the fish. And away we go. Now while that's cooking, we're going to do something else with those beautiful whiting fillets that we had here. And all I'm going to do with this, I was going to do this on a plate, I'm going to have to do it in this bowl. Okay, with this one, we're going to do whiting fillets in Parmesan, believe it or not. So just a little bit of flour. It doesn't matter whether it's self-raising, doesn't matter if it's normal flour, it could be anything. And that's blowing away as we speak. And Parmesan. Mix it all around. I think the Parmesan's actually holding it in there. Some salt and pepper. Oh, there goes the lid. That's fine. No worries. It'll be back soon. Funny, there goes my cameraman. Hi, Steve.
Hey.
How are you, mate?
I better get back to the camera.
Going well, isn't it? There you go. So there's our little bit of a rub. And all we're going to do is fish fillets in there. Hey, this is fun. It's the beautiful whiting fillets that we did just before. They're just gorgeous, these things. I was going to do a couple of these in a beer batter as well, but seeing as I just broke my egg, maybe I'll keep the beer and just drink it. Again, it's not hard. Throw it around. Just make sure it's nice and coated. Upside down, shake it, baby, shake. You could do the old dance with that one, couldn't you? Whole lot of shaking going on. Don't sing, Bear, you can't do it. All right, now, that's nicely coated. Bang, bang. And you can see there, it's just stuck to the flesh. That's all. And that's all we're trying to do is just seal it up just that little bit. Now, the secret to this one also is just a little bit of butter in with the oil. The key is mix a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil and it doesn't burn. That's going to run straight down the thing. And here we go, a couple of fillets on the plate. Tell you what, it's a wonder the barbecue isn't getting blown away. They're doing well in this wind. I think the wind's cooling it as quick as we're cooking it, but we'll have a little look and just see how we're going. Little pinky here. Little pinky snapper. How are you going, matey? You're looking the part. Oh, he's starting to roll his tail up, so he can't be too bad. And look at that. He's doing well. A couple of seconds and he'll be done. One thing with fish, obviously, to remember, don't cook them too much. That little bit of sesame and that little bit of Parmesan works together just to give it a little bit of crisp on the outside. And works beautifully. And that's what I was talking about before, how we're actually, with the skin, once it's cooked, we're cooking it on so as we can actually peel that off and give it to the seagulls, or the top of my car as the wind may take. And the beauty about that is all of that flavour is getting transferred into the fish and you're not eating all that spice on the outside. It's all good. Just a nice little salad there. We've got nice Bulgarian feta, some red onion, and I've put some mango, some avocado in there and some red onion. It's a lovely little mix, looks great, comes up well. But the secret to that also, you can't have a salad without a little bit of dressing. And the dressing I mixed earlier as well, and that's balsamic and some virgin olive oil at about 50-50, mixed up with some garlic, some cracked pepper, all in there. So let's just have a sprinkle. All right, here we go. Time to dish up a little pinky snapper. How good does that look? Look at that. Alrighty, and all we do is just peel that little bit of skin off the top there, take away a lot of the bone with it, a couple of bits of lemon on it, and try to make it look good here before it all flies away. Watch this! It's going everywhere. Couple of olives, and we're in for the count. Okay, now the other one we're going to do is obviously some salad on the plate. I never was the neatest, tidiest cook, but you know what? It just doesn't matter. Here we go, that's going to blow away. Max, I guarantee you, after all this time, come on in, buddy. Your whiting salad is served. Have a taste of that. Yeah. You'd say that anyhow, innit? You'd say that to all the boys.
That's awesome.
There you go.
All right, I'm off.
They're good. Bye. Well, I tell you what, you really couldn't have done it in worse conditions than I suppose it could have been pouring rain, but still, a very, very simple meal, very easy to do. Just have a salad, just have a little bit of rubber band. Take it anywhere. I've cooked this out in the boat a number of times. We just love it. A little bit of mango, a little bit of lemon, some tomato, all that sort of stuff just works so well with the fish as well. And those Cajun spices up through the snapper just taste great. So I reckon it's time. There's only one thing missing. That's a beer. Bon appetit.